So there is help out there. And for those individuals who may feel that they don't have choices and or options, there are options.
Absolutely.
There are choices. And Terry is one of those individuals who can help you with that. So I do want to leave you with this number as well. For more information, whether it's on Pathway or senior assisted living, if you need help with that, give us a call. Call Terry. You can reach her at 1-888-342-4111 or visit www.pathway.com. Again, that number is 1-888-342-4111 or visit Pathway at www.pathwaysl.com. Again, we'll leave that in a second again. www.pathwaysl, or S, is that S1?
SL.
SL.com.
SL for senior living.
Got it. Pathwaysl.com. You can go online, learn more about Pathway and the services they provide. So, Terry, can you tell me what we talked a little bit about a typical community, what it would look like. So you have CNAs, you have healthcare, you have all these wonderful, wonderful things. Now, I understand of all the service areas that are out there, of all the buildings, all but one were built from the ground up. So they're pretty new.
They are in the last, 10 years.
Last 10 years. Now, I know you have a grand opening of one coming up soon.
Yes, we do.
Can you tell us a little bit about that? Maybe folks who are listening, if you'd like to go visit and see what one of the buildings look like, can you tell us a little bit about that?
Certainly can. Actually, this year we opened 2 new buildings. Victory Center of Galewood opened at the end of February this year.
And that's located where?
It is at 2370 Newcastle in Chicago.
Okay.
It's at Grand and Newcastle on the west side.
Yes.
And we had another building that opened in May, which is Victory Center of South Chicago. And that is on 92nd Street. And we have the grand opening coming up October 22nd.
Now, do you have to be invited to this grand opening? Can anyone attend?
We would love to have you come out. Just give us a call at the 888 number and let us know that you're coming. We'd love to have you come in and see our building.
I think it's wonderful, especially for not just the baby boomers, but anyone who feels that their parents may need a safe haven, someplace where they can go, they can be taken care of, that you know that they're going to be safe 24/7. It might be worth for you to go and visit and maybe attend this open house.
Absolutely.
Call and register and let them know that you're coming. Come and look and see what the site is all about, the services that they have and what they're providing. It's a wonderful opportunity to go see, not just what Pathway, but this is just one example of many others that are happening out there. Now, Terry, there's other assisted living, senior assisted living that are out there. Can you name a few others?
Sure, I can. As I think I said, we have 10 communities in the Chicagoland area, and we serve about 1,200 seniors. There are now, 10 years later, 115 supportive livings in the state of Illinois that serve 7,500 seniors.
Wow.
So some of the others that you might find, Heritage Woods, they have different communities in the Chicagoland area. Plum Creek Supportive Living is in the Rolling Meadows area.
Okay. So you're pretty much just about everywhere. And then these others they're out there. And I mean, again, as much as I know about many of these, I know a lot of our viewers have never even either heard of it or know that it's out there, but don't know how to get information and or find out more about what these places are offering for our loved ones. So again, I do invite you to come out to the open house at Pathway. And again, that number is, let me just put that back on the screen if you want to register or find out more about the open houses coming up at 1-888-342-4111, or you can visit www.pathwaysl.com. Do we have a caller, Lily? Hello? Caller?
Yeah, it's not going.
Caller? Not coming through? Maybe you can try again. All right. So, Terry, I know there's a lot of information out there, but can you share with our viewers what a qualified candidate would have to do if they're interested? I mean, we talked a little bit about, some of the things and probably an interview process and screening and so on.
Correct.
But let's say I'm that individual calling. Okay, I'm calling your 188 number, and I really want to know about Pathway. I have a mom and dad who who are seniors, and I don't want to leave them home alone anymore because, dad's okay, mom's not. Not sure if dad can really handle everything, and he can
Right.
handle some things, but not all things. So I'm calling you. What do I need to do? What are you going to tell me I need to do?
Well, what I always suggest is to come out and see one of our places. What we find with the seniors, and their children are usually with them, is the senior usually wants to live either where they grew up or their neighborhood or where their children live now. We get a lot of people from out of state and their children live in the Chicago area, and they come to live here because then they can see their children more often.
Right.
So I suggest to them I talk about the 10 different communities where we're located. We have 3 in the city of Chicago and 7 in the suburbs. And of course, where there's openings also.
Right.
And I suggest that they come out and take a tour of our building, both the children and the seniors. Invite them to stay for lunch to get an idea of the dining room and the camaraderie between the seniors. We also have a private dining room, which is very nice, that the seniors reserve for parties and birthday celebrations. So they can see, because sometimes they're going from a larger home into a smaller apartment,
right.
and it's difficult for people. What Pathway does very well is have wonderful community spaces that they can take advantage of to have friends and family in. So that's what I recommend to them. You get a feel for the community and meeting the staff and seeing the interaction between the employees and the seniors. And I always say, talk to the seniors. They're going to tell you if they like.
Oh, and they love to talk, and they
Yes,
will
they
tell you
do.
what's good and what's not. And again, the great idea about this is there is independence. So they're not totally counting on someone to be there 24/7, but if you need them, they're there.
That's exactly right. And I mean, for example, we have a wonderful libraries with big screen TVs and computers with internet access.
Okay.
A doctor's office. People can certainly keep their own doctor, but a couple doctors come weekly. So if you want to see a doctor, you can just sign up to do that. Then we have all the specialty doctors come on a regular basis.
Okay.
In the wellness office, they can do the AccuChecks and the eye drops. We have Coumadin clinics. So it is really all under one roof if you want it to be.
Right.
But as I said, our families are very active within our communities and are there a lot. We have a lot of family nights and activities going on. It's not just for the seniors, but the families too.
So you're quite busy.
Yes, we are.
Let me ask you this: since your buildings are newer, as many of these buildings are coming up now, they include all furniture.
In some buildings they do, but
Okay.
sometimes, most of the time, they bring their own furniture with.
Okay. But should you include it, or some of these included? Should the individuals opt not to want that furniture? That's not a problem either, because they can
Not
bring
at
their
all.
own.
Absolutely.
So they have those choices and those options.
Yes,
That's really good because it makes them feel comfortable within their own space.
exactly.
So Terry, tell me, what's your role in Pathway?
Well, my role as community relations is basically to get the word out. You had mentioned, because the supportive living program has only been around for 10 years, and supportive living can mean a lot of different things to a lot of people. My role is to get out there in the community and educate them on the services that we have and who we can help. I form a lot of partnerships with other organizations, because if supportive living is not right for our seniors, then we have a lot of resources out there that we know about that we can refer them to.
Right.
I do a lot of presentation to hospitals, case managers, people coming from rehabs, senior centers, a lot of senior fairs and health and community events we do. A couple weeks ago, we just had a big community event at our Bartlett community with Hanover Township, which is next door. Big health and wellness fair. We had over 100 vendors and probably between 700 and 1,000 people come. So I handle those type of events. As I said, my role is to get the word out in the community.
Right. Well, that's absolutely great. And again, we cannot stress enough for those individuals who are still contemplating what are some of the options that they have for parents, their dad, their moms, grandparents, and what's out there. There is help. There is help. And Pathway is just one example of that. And again, you have the open house. When is it?
October 22nd. which is from 4 to 6.
And they can call for registration if they want to come out.
Absolutely, 1-888-342-4111.
And again, they can always go on the website as well.
Absolutely.
And again, that's www.pathwaysl.com. So, is there anything else, Terry, you want to leave us with? Because I only have one other question for you. We alluded to the other question I asked earlier, which I'm going to just jump into it. We asked about how people qualify. So, if you're on Medicare, you can qualify.
Well,
Or can you qualify is what I should ask.
Okay.
Can Medicare recipients, public aid or Medicaid recipient, can they qualify for these services? And
Absolutely.
of course, privately paid. And this is all part of the process for enrollment.
exactly. And I'll just to go over again, you need to be 65 years and over. An assessment is done through the Department on Aging along with our nursing. And qualifying financially, we are for all income levels.
Right.
And that financial safety net, I can't say enough about, because as you know, no one knows how long they're going to live or how much money they do need.
Right.
So it is such a nice feeling of security for both the senior and their family, knowing that if they deplete their funds, they won't have to leave our place.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So our time goes by so quickly. So we're going to move forward, but I want you to come back to the show because I know there's a whole lot more that we can share. So thank you so much for being on the show, and thank you for joining us today and sharing this wonderful information. Again, for those of you who want more information, please call 1-888-342-4111, or you can always call Hispano Care at 773-296-7190. So while living independently is critical to health and happiness, there may come a time when a little helping hand can make a big difference in how much you enjoy life. On behalf of my colleagues at Hispano Care Advocate, Illinois Masonic Hospital, Gottlieb Memorial Hospital, Terry, Pathway, thank you for allowing us to share this important information with you today. And stay tuned. More great information to come. Until next time, we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.